Hello, Little Hawks. Mr. Bacon here, coming to you with another thrilling broadcast. This time it's about one of my very favorite subjects, lunch. That's right. The Little Hawks, we have big news. We are going to do a trial period of 2 lunch shifts. We're excited about this. We think it could be a real positive thing for us. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and what we need out of you. So we're going to get into what that's going to look like in just a minute. But before we do that, I'm going to start with just some general lunchroom reminders that would be good to keep in mind. It can really help us in the lunchroom. Number one, we want to make sure our trays are staying in the cafeteria. We've been having some trays being brought to the commons or outside, and we don't want to do that. If you are going anywhere other than the cafeteria with your lunch, please request a paper plate. The wonderful servers in the lunchroom will give you a paper plate if you just ask for one. So if you know you're leaving the cafeteria, ask for a paper plate so we're not bringing the lunch trays out of there. If you are eating in the cafeteria, use a tray. That's great. Then just make sure it gets stacked when you're done, and that'll help us out. I want to ask for everybody's help cleaning the tables. We have been doing pretty well this year, better than last year. Keep it up, Little Hawks. Take pride in our beautiful facility. We have one of the most awesome high school cafeterias in the state of Iowa. It's brand new. We're lucky to have it, and it's our responsibility to keep it clean and nice. So really a great way to show respect for our high school and for your classmates is just take the time to make sure you're picking up after yourself. You should always, always, always make sure that your area, your garbage is thrown away, your tray is taken back and stacked. Do those little things. It makes a big difference. So please take pride in that and respect this place and clean up your table. Thank you. All right. Another little thing on my list. Say please and thank you. Classy, classy, classy when you see students in that lunch line saying please and thank you to the hardworking people that prepare your food and that serve you each day. That's really something you can do, and it does not go unnoticed. It's a classy thing to do. Say please and thank you. All right. Okay, here. We're time to start talking 2 lunch shifts. This is going to start September 23rd. We're going to run this for 2 to 3 weeks and see how it goes. We have to see if it works and we can handle just 2 lunch shifts. There's some real positive reasons. A, you're going to get a little more time. The lunch shifts are going to be longer, and also we're going to get rid of B lunch, the dreaded B lunch. B lunch is a challenge for us because obviously the learning time is interrupted in the middle when it's time for lunch, and sometimes it's tricky to get everybody back and get going again. So we really think if we can eliminate B lunch and just have 2 longer lunch shifts, that would be awesome. So we just have to see if it works and if we can get everybody through the line and do well. The first thing that I think is obvious is that the lines will be longer initially, and so we have to monitor that ourselves and space that out. So you will have now 40 minutes for lunch. Right now we're between 25 and 30, so you're going to have a significantly longer block of time to eat lunch. So there will be time. But the thing I would say is if when you go into the cafeteria, if there is a very, very long line, you don't necessarily need to go stand in that. Maybe sit down, talk with your friends for a while, and as you can see that line is dying down, then go and get your lunch. There will be plenty of time to do that. If we all try to go right at the beginning, I am worried those lines will just simply be too long. So we're going to just see how that goes. If we can just monitor it by taking a look at the line. If you can tell it's super long, just chill for a little while with your friends, sit down, and then go get your lunch once that line's gone down. So hopefully we can get good at that. And that'll be one of the big things in our trial. If the lines are just too long, then that's going to be a problem. But if we can get through it pretty well, then this really might work well for us. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about. We're going to put down some extra seating, so we will have more tables that are going to be in the entire cafeteria area. You'll see more tables, so hopefully there'll be plenty of places to sit. Having said that, if there are a couple people sitting at a table and there's open spots, you might consider just going and joining them. You can have a couple of groups of friends at one table, and that's okay, so be efficient with the seating that is available. I would add to that, if you ever see someone all by themselves in the cafeteria, what an incredibly cool thing to do would be if you just went up and introduced yourself to that person, see if they want to sit with you. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're on their own and they're just enjoying some alone time. But, you put yourself in someone's shoes if they don't have anybody to sit with at lunch and you just invite that person to maybe sit with you. That is a first-class leadership thing to do here at the school at Leeds. So I want you to consider that. All right. A reminder about on campus and leaving campus. Freshmen and sophomores are not supposed to leave campus. You're supposed to stay on our campus, and it's important that you do that. This is a school district rule. Juniors and seniors get the open campus privilege. If that ever becomes a real problem, I could see our district saying we're not going to do that anymore. So freshmen and sophomores, do your part to keep this great tradition in place. You'll be glad when you're a junior and senior and you have open campus. But freshmen and sophomores, you're staying on campus. Juniors and seniors, of course, you are allowed to leave. With the longer time, some of you may decide you're going to go out for lunch, whether you're going to Hy-Vee or McDonald's or home. The thing that's so critical is that you know exactly what time you have to be back and that you are back on time. So let's really make sure. This is not going to, we will not do this if we are having lots of kids late getting back to school. So make sure that if you are leaving campus that you are back in plenty of time. Car is parked, you are in your classroom ready to go when you're supposed to be if you're leaving campus for lunch, juniors and seniors. All right, let's see here. I think I'm just about getting through it. So yeah, just a review, 40-minute lunch periods during this trial basis. We're going to have 2 lunch shifts. If you see a super long line, just chill for a while, let that line go down, then go get your food. We've got to be able to handle that and see if we can monitor that line so it's not huge all at once at the beginning. Hopefully you're going to enjoy having a little extra time for lunch. We will have the gym open. That's another thing I meant to say. We will have the arena open actually for soccer and basketball. So if you want to run around, get some exercise, the biggest thing is you just cannot bring food in there. We cannot bring food in the arena. So eat your lunch and then you can go in the gym if you would like to. But that gym will be available throughout both lunch shifts for basketball or soccer or what have you. If you just want to kind of run around a little bit, get some energy out, but you just need to make sure you're not trying to bring food in there. That is just very, very important that we keep that arena, keep the lunch out of there. All right. I think we're ready. I'm excited to give this a try. Hopefully it works well. If it doesn't, we will probably just shift back to our regular 3 lunch procedure. But if it does work great, then you're going to get a little longer lunch time, and we don't have anybody messing around with B lunch. And hopefully this will be a positive innovation here at City High, the school that leads.